Bagfuel, baby.
When I always talk, I'd be like, why are all still rapping? Is what I'm trying to figure out, right?
Yeah.
And I saw you dropping a new record, and my thing is, y'all legacy with y'all hit records is so tough.
Yeah.
Why would y'all drop another record knowing, this is the part that I'm talking about, knowing that when y'all was dropping records, y'all had the machine around y'all, y'all were younger, y'all even had a station to go play your record.
Yeah.
See, I didn't understand radio back then. That radio was I just thought radio was radio. I didn't know radio was the commercial for the artist.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
keep playing this commercial every day. It's gonna make people want to dress like y'all, sing like y'all, and you run it.
Well, the video was also the same thing. It was
That's
a billboard.
also the commercial.
Yeah,
That's the second part of the commercial. But the labels was putting money behind the commercial. These newer rappers these older rappers think that right now, I'm just gonna put it on my gram, and that's it. And my thing to them is, I'm not saying
you gotta push it out there. But you know, I think, like in my case, for instance, I don't need per se music to put it out, music to make money or anything like that, which is great. But I love music. I got a studio in my house. Music's always been my therapy.
So talk to me about this, because everybody says this, right? Maybe it's me.
Yeah.
I can accept that from rappers who have made money, who have been stars, who got hit records, and I'll still say I don't understand it, because I'll be like, yo, the legacy of the hit records that niggas is doing is so crazy to me. As me being a person, I would be like, I'm not gonna tarnish that. I'm not gonna fuck with that, right?
But when you're an artist and you're pure,
okay, talk to me.
When you're pure, what you do and what you love, you're always gonna make this shit. You're always gonna make art. I guarantee you, you name the nigga that you think is a pure artist, I guarantee you he still makes records, even though he's not putting out records. You know what I'm saying? I got a vault, a whole shit full of records. I don't put them out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I haven't put them out. Yeah, you know how many records how many records I have?
Of course.
I could probably sell some of these records and they would go bigger than if I actually did them.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
So why wouldn't you sell them?
I may, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, the thing is,
because nobody can explain this to me, bro.
Nah, because it's an artist thing. It's an artist thing. When you're an artist, if I was a painter, and that was my art, would you expect me to ever stop painting?
If it wasn't good and niggas stopped buying it and you was rich and you moved on?
How would you ever not be a good painter if you was a good painter? You're always gonna be a good painter.
You think everybody likes every piece of art that good painter did?
No, but
he can't lose his eye.
But every piece of art that he does has value. That's the point.
But
listen. Picasso has paintings that are worth $5,000. He has paintings that are worth $5 million now.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So every piece of art has value. So right now, if I drop a record, just for my fan base, which is a large fan base, people love me all around the world. They'll listen to the record. They'll play it. They're the ones that I'm making it for now at this time and space. You know what I'm saying?
But in the beginning...
And myself, really. You know what I'm saying?
But in the beginning, we loved the art, right? The art was we wanted the fans to rock with it so we could go on tour.
I always made it for me. I always made music for me.
Okay.
Ever since see, you gotta understand, I come from a different era. So when I started making records, my goal was just to go gold, so I could get another chance to make another album. That was my goal. That was it. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this record shit with Def Jam, and I hope and pray that, because I was with a group, so I got to do my solo project. I'm like, yo, I hope and pray that I go gold and I can fucking get another album opportunity. That was my dream, just to make records go gold. You know what I'm saying? Of course, as it went along and I started to understand the business of it, I understand, I can make a lot of money doing this shit too.
Is that what changed your mind and your style? When you saw the money
No.
Okay.
No. It's crazy because, like I said, I'm an artist. I love to paint. I'm doing what I feel is always necessary for me. Like, if you're not gonna hear me make records now, even now, and they sound like whatever somebody's doing now. Maybe you might feel that because niggas is doing what I was doing then. So if I make a record that has a melodic feel, melodic tone, and kids are not familiar with what I used to do, they may step out of the box and say, yo, why you doing records like the new niggas? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Not knowing that this is the nigga that was doing that shit before these niggas was doing that shit. So, you know, it is what it is, but when you're an artist, man, you're always gonna go in and out of moments where you wanna create. That's it. I go in and out of moments. There's moments where I don't wanna create shit. When I was locked up, I didn't write nothing. You know why? Because the things that, you know, the artistry in me wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
What was your mind doing when you was locked up? Like, what was you thinking about?
I was thinking about what I was gonna do when I returned from this. And how I didn't want music to be my only bag. Music is subjective. I learned that the hard way, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't gotta like Ja Rule. Niggas don't gotta like whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And so, unfortunately, in music, you have to be liked to make money. It's a must. That's part of what it is. It's not like when you're an athlete.
That's why
you gotta like me as an athlete. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I said it, because it's like with so much music and niggas liking y'all like that, like, does it feel the same? Like if I do a new record, I'm not gonna be booked for the new record, but I'm gonna pay a stadium for my old record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does it feel the same? And then I'm trying to get in the mind of understanding, because I'm more on the creative side. You know, I've been a businessman my whole life. I call Clue daily and say, I understand you just that much more. It's amazing that we've been friends for 30 years and tight like this for 25 years. And I still had to be in front of the camera and have people pull at me. People think I'm fucking real estate now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes I'm just doing my job, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting people on this show, trying to, you know, put the best conversation together without sensationalizing things. You know what I'm saying? Trying to refine my own shit. I don't want to be like niggas piss me off and I'm doing it special all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm trying not to do that neither, but at the same time, I understand that I have an audience that likes that. And they like me being able to be me. So if I'm not doing that, am I still being ran? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I being ran if I'm not saying, oh, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna answer your question, right? So, you know, we all have different layers to it. Sometimes you want to peel back the layers. Sometimes you want to keep up the guard and not let everybody see what's behind, you know what I'm saying, certain layers. But with art, you got to keep peeling back the layers. You got to keep showing people the different sides of you. You're not the same nigga every morning when you wake up.
No, I'm not.
And as an artist, there's nothing worse than having to be a mask out in front in the public, and then you go home and you this whole different nigga.
But ain't that most niggas, though? Ain't that most niggas? I mean, we gonna call it. You don't think so?
Not most niggas. Some artists are you know, they're put out there and portrayed a certain way, you know, to the public, and their public, you know, persona is this, but they're really this. You know, Whitney Houston.
Yeah, she got a different persona than what she was.
Whitney Houston was this. You know what I'm saying? But at home, she's nippy. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, fuck this shit. Pass the weed, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Love her to death for who she is. You know what I'm saying? But she couldn't be that every day in public. And I think sometimes as an artist, that starts to eat away at you. It's supposed to eat away at who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't be yourself in the public persona, in the public eye. And that's how people judge you, you know, when you're a celebrity. They judge you by what they see, what they think you are.
They think in the world.
You know, it's one of the 48 laws of power, too. You know, never appear to be too perfect. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason for that. You know, isolation is dangerous. If you isolate yourself, you can't see the enemy coming. So you need to be out and about, too. You need to be among the people. You need to, you know, show people that you are too like them. We are the same. Just that I have a talent and I've, become a star because of my talent. So many people know me for my talent, but I'm just like you. We do the same things every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I think that message, it starts to reverberate when artists are allowed to be themselves in public. You know what I'm saying?